In fact, when Carrie Ann Kennedy had the midday show, she had me debate the Playboy editor on her show about his use of 15, 16, and 17-year-olds in his magazines and other porn magazines here in Australia. 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. I said to Carrie Ann, I refuse to be convinced that's a good way to depict and portray our 10th grade schoolgirls with no clothes on, posed obscenely and in indecent ways and displayed in those ways for everyone in Australia to see. I think our 10th grade schoolgirls should deserve better protection. Don't you? Now, when I've told people that we use 15, you know that would put them in prison in America? 16-year-olds, that would put them in prison in America. 17-year-olds, that would put them in prison in America. When I tell people that, they don't believe me. Well, here's a People magazine. This young girl is nude at how old?
Can I just correct you there?
15.
I used to work for these companies.
You can sit down. You can sit down.
There is no way anyone at that age
You can sit
would be
down.
allowed into those magazines.
Who is in charge of this forum?
That is just not true.
Nude at 15. This is not true. Is that what you're saying? Sit down and shut up.
They legally have.
Now, I'm surprised and annoyed and embarrassed that such an idiot would be given a
I'm not
voice
an idiot.
in this forum. You know, in Australia, we even have a government that approves the F word on television. In fact, the media watchdog finds in favor of the F word from the Weekend Australian magazine, as long as it's in context, they say, on television. Do you know American television standards? Rick Kirkham, for Inside Edition, came here to Australia and did a story about the sleaze standard of Australian television. He said he would go to jail if you put the same stuff on TV in America that we put on TV here. Our standards are too low. We need to lift the standard. We need to protect our women and children better than they're being protected now. Government as parent is a cruel taskmaster. Government as parent is a cruel taskmaster. Here's an article from Australian Penthouse magazine. Can anybody read what that says? The Schoolgirl. This is a procedural manual on how to abduct and molest Australian schoolgirls. How to get a job as a private gardener, at a gardener or a maintenance worker at private girls' schools. How to outfit a motel room like a photography studio and entice little girls into it. Now, after this kind of article appears, all of a sudden, all around Australia, copycat crimes start occurring of people posing as gardeners at private girls' schools molesting 9-year-old girls. They're called copycat crimes. I brought this to the attention of a man who had a television show at the time in Melbourne, who is now a member of Parliament, who's supposed to be concerned about pedophilia. He laughed at the article. He and his producers laughed at the article and said, oh, that's just a funny story. Anyone here think molesting our schoolgirls is funny? Well, he does. I don't. I think our little schoolgirls need to be better protected, especially from what we're going to go into shortly in our Safe Schools program. We have abysmal TV standards. We have government-sponsored approval of the sale and display of smut magazines to our children. We have a government-sponsored corridor to which our children are walking down. Now, along that corridor, there are many doorways. The doorways are marked pornography, gambling, alcohol, illegal drugs. There are other addictions along that hallway, but the one marked pornography, unlike the other addictions, is standing wide open. And our children are pouring through it. Why don't we protect them better? Why don't we do something about the doorway our children are pouring through? Well, I'm doing something. I'm closing some of those doors. And with your help, thank you, with your help, with God's protection, His guidance and provision, I will close all of those doors, because with God, all things are possible. Martin Luther said the fact that you may not succeed should never deter you from doing what is right. Is it right to stop 10th grade schoolgirls being exploited by the porno industry openly and freely and legally in Australia? Is it right? Yes? The fact that you may not succeed shouldn't deter you, but when you start doing what is right, then you can overcome what is wrong. Now, when we started, they were using, like I said, and like I showed you an example. In fact, in The Age in Melbourne was an article that first brought my attention to this. Shannon Long, barely 16 and already a centerfold. I read the article and I thought, what? I just moved here from America. They can't do that. That's illegal. Well, it wasn't illegal until I changed the law. We demanded that they use 21, and we accepted 18. We had national campaigns going on with Bible colleges and churches and individuals like you to write to their members of parliament to protect our 15, 16, and 17-year-old girls and raise the age to 21. Do you know in lobbying 101, which is what's so bad about the Nordic model on prostitution, in lobbying you always ask for more than you expect to receive. Does everybody understand that?
Oh, sure.
We demanded 21, knowing full well we wouldn't get it. We got 18. But in getting 18, we protected all those other 15, 16, and 17-year-old girls. Legally, they can no longer do that. When I got here, it was free and open. Even Hustler magazine had on its cover a big story about a little girl who was 16. By the way, she got a mobile phone and a pair of leather pants as compensation. Permission from her father to appear. There's another doorway. The porn sales. You know, when we got here, Penthouse, Playboy, Hustler, People, Picture, contrary to the idiot who objected earlier on this issue, my friends, he's an idiot. He needs to shut up if he doesn't know what he's talking about. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've been protecting women and children. What the hell has he been doing? The porn sale, you know, the Office of Film and Literature Classification, they've been looking at porn for so long, they have become what's called psychologically desensitized. They look at a magazine, a Penthouse, and say, oh, that's not bad. You should have seen what the one we saw last week. It's a psychological process called desensitization. And so they put Playboy, Penthouse, People, Picture, Hustler, and others in what's called an unrestricted category. Well, we then went to the state's attorneys general individually, Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales, and we lobbied the attorneys general, and they did overrule the inadequate guidelines and restricted the porn, put them in an R category. Do you think Penthouse should be sold to children? Do you think Penthouse is a children's magazine? I don't. I think children should be protected from unrestricted access to the grossly pornographic imagery in Penthouse magazine. So we changed the law. We get up to Queensland, and still to this day, the legislators in Queensland refuse to protect their children from unrestricted access to Penthouse magazine. It comes into that state with a U category, and they refuse to restrict it. I think the people in Queensland should write to their legislators and tell them to please protect children from Penthouse. You think that's a good idea? I think it's a great idea. And I think we should do. How about dial-a-porn? Have you ever heard of the dial-a-porn industry where children pick up phones and bring dial-a-porn? Well, we put that in our newsletter, the Penthouse dial-a-porn number. By the way, my newsletter is available for all of you here. I'd like to get you on my mailing list. If you would like to join up with us and receive my newsletter like thousands do all across the nation, there should be a piece of paper going around, or maybe Ian can arrange for a list or something to happen for people to put their name and address down. But I want to unite your voice with mine and others to speak, because listen, these politicians, they don't care about the next generation. They care about the next election. The Prime Minister set up Playboy magazine in Australia. Did you